Quite how Tottenham have turned this around is beyond me.
The German Bundesliga is done and won. The Italian Serie A done and won by Inter Milan. In Germany, it's a Bayer Leverkusen record-setting season for Xabi Alonso and its group of phenomenal Bayer Leverkusen team. In the Spanish La Liga, it's almost the same tale. Real Madrid is almost home and dry, nearly mathematically done with the league, and it's almost the same thing in the French Ligue 1. And that leaves us with one league, the English Premier League. All right, in the English Premier League, it is four games to go, and we are still mathematically calculating which team could come on top, which team could win the league, which team could we eventually go with the ultimate prize. And it's been the same scenario of every week, week in, week out. Every weekend we have a new tabletop in leader. We have a new set of phenomenal, sensational games that will determine the shape and complexion of the table. And not just who is going to be the champion alone. Talking about those who are going to go to Europe. There's a competition for the fourth position. There's a competition for the fifth and sixth. Those are going to go for Conference League, for Europa League. And then there's also a battle at the bottom where we're talking about those who are going to remain in the league and those who are going to be relegated. Clearly, Leicester City is already done with the championship, and they are one among the teams that will come to one among the three teams we're expecting to come to the Premier League for the 2024-2025 season. So without further ado, we'll dive into it today. Today is Saturday. We have the early kickoff game is between West Ham versus Liverpool by 12:30, and it's been a couple of weeks for Liverpool, who began to have a very challenging run of games by first of all losing to Atlanta 3-0 at home in the Europa League, and then went ahead to lose to Crystal Palace to lose the advantage. And before that, they have already drawn a game, and Liverpool had in a season that should define the Jurgen Klopp era, as Klopp is leaving the club after about 9 years of phenomenal, impressive run in the English Premier League and Champions League as well. This season would have been crowning an icing on the cake for the career Jurgen Klopp had there, and they were set to have this season. They were on top of the English Premier League for the highest number of days this season, and at the point they had 5 points between them and Arsenal and Manchester City coming in second and third. But as it stands today, Arsenal sit atop the league, although Manchester City has a game in hand, which if they win, they will leapfrog Arsenal on the table and be on a 2 point advantage. So, with the current run of form of Liverpool, having won over Fulham and then losing again to Everton, the Merseyside derby, it set up this game for a cracker because West Ham themselves is locked in a battle to secure an European place, a place in European competition next season. And then Liverpool, having to host Liverpool at home, Liverpool going away to West Ham, coming to London to play West Ham, it's going to be a very tricky game. If they do not win this game, it is practically done and out and over for them for the title race. But then we will be expecting if Liverpool can redeem themselves and still um, have a tad of hope, hoping that crisis will rock Manchester City and Arsenal, even though that is a very thin line. However, this is a game for us to look up to. Then there's Manchester United versus Burnley at 3 o'clock. Manchester United is still also trying to come to maintain an European spot in that Europa. It's becoming tough for them to secure a place, sitting at the sixth position, right, with 33 games played, 53 points, and just one goal difference. Manchester United, we is locked in this position where they are behind Tottenham, um, trailing Tottenham, who has a game in hand with 7 points. However, Newcastle is breathing down their neck with 50 points and 15 goal advantage. So any kind of draw, any kind of slip up, Newcastle, the West Ham they are playing against are 48 points. They're behind them, just about 5 points trailing. So West Ham will be looking to win against Liverpool for them to make a statement. The same thing, Liverpool have to be also careful for this. And beyond that, we also have Fulham versus Crystal Palace, Newcastle versus Sheffield United, Newcastle was at home. And again, being that they're trying to secure a place in the European position, they will be very much out and out to make sure that they win this game. Everton having suffered point deduction this season, locking somewhere in the 16th position with 3 points, seemingly safe, right, from Nottingham Forest to trade them. with 26 points, Luton with 25 points, Burnley at 23, and then Sheffield United 16 points. So yet, but they will also be working hard to make sure that they are clear from the drop zone. And Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Aston Villa is working very hard to cement a spot in the Champions League next season. Currently sitting at the fourth position with 34 games played. They are 66 points, and we all know that they dented the Arsenal's hopes of a title um, of a title glory this season, where the erstwhile coach, Arsenal former coach Unai Emery, is their manager now. It's only good that done a double against Mikel Arteta of Arsenal this season. So Aston Villa today will be looking to secure a victory because Tottenham, who will play in Arsenal tomorrow, has played 32 games and Aston Villa had played 34 games. So with the two games in hand, if and that is a very huge if um, Tottenham wins, comes out victorious in the two games that they have, they will be point level with Aston Villa, who's 66 points, but with 21 goal difference. So if Aston Villa wins the two games they have in hand, they are standing games with impressive number of goals, they might successfully leapfrog Aston Villa at fourth position. So for these reasons and more, Aston Villa will working very hard to see that the sea of Chelsea, who has not been who has not been their very best this season, having in their last game they lost 5-0 to Arsenal on Tuesday, and then they are coming back to play Aston Villa, who is also who is a club that historically plays at least for this season plays a flourishing and flowing football, attacking football game. So it's a tricky fixture there, and we'll be all in for that by 8 o'clock today. And tomorrow we'll be having the battle at the top, the the you know table setting games because it's all about Arsenal and Manchester City trying to make an impressive run of themselves. So tomorrow is the London derby between Tottenham and Arsenal. It's a cracker. Nothing much needs to be said about this. Tottenham is the only team in the Premier League that still has to face the title contenders in Liverpool. That's in the clubs of Liverpool, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Arsenal. And they will play the first of that with Arsenal. And this is like a local rivalry, right? We all know about Tottenham and Arsenal. And this time around, Tottenham will be working so hard to make sure that their local rival doesn't win a first Premier League title in nearly 20 years now. And Arsenal going away to Tottenham this time around, we have to make sure that this game is won by all means. That this game is won by all means. Because a draw here gives Manchester City further widens the advantage Manchester City has over everyone in this table league. So this is a must-win game for Arsenal. Failure to get the 3 points here, they almost have to go down to category of Liverpool, who are now just almost like spectators to the title race. Now we have Bournemouth Brighton, and then that's by the same 2 o'clock with the same with the Tottenham Arsenal game, and then we'll have at 4:30 Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City. Manchester City is going away to Nottingham Forest, and on paper it looks like Manchester City will have to overcome this game, will have to overcome Nottingham Forest, run over them, and all of that. But the very important factor about English Premier League when we are coming to the end of the season is that sometimes it is better you play the table topping teams or you play the mid table teams than playing those who are battling for relegation. All right, because Nottingham Forest, who has suffered point detection this season, is currently seated at 17th position with 26 points and minus 18 goal difference. Now, beneath them is Luton with 25 points, Burnley 23 points, and then Sheffield United, who are very far away, looking down there in the deep with 16 points. Now, Nottingham Forest will be looking to at least get a point in this game. Securing a point in this game will further give them an advantage to move to 27 points, so that whatever the result is for Luton and Burnley, they will still have hope of being on top of them. And now, being that they're playing this game at home, Manchester City has to be very careful because Nottingham Forest, we know historically last season they did one against Arsenal, and also they mounted a very strong challenge against Liverpool as well last season. So it's again running in the English Premier League, the title race, and whatever we see, we take. but we are all in for the enjoyment. Once again, my name is Good Luck, and this is for the whistle.